Where's my shit? Where's my main one? Set game. Set title. Okay, so let's get her off the screen. This game might be trash though. With those, hey yo, hey, get them in early before the whole squad come in. Hold up. You can't fuck up her hair. That's just fucking up her forehead. Hairline width, hairline size. See, I don't like doing all this shit. I don't care. Temples, cheekbones, nah, I ain't doing all that. Jaw, no. Hair and makeup, it's too much. Can I just randomize? Oh, hold up. You can choose any hair on any of them? Oh, shit. I like that. That's like Ann Perkins type shit. Damn. So if that's okay, these are just the presets. Okay, hold on. I always make the same. Yeah, if it's like 2K, this is different. This will discard. Okay, so look, who had the best face then? Because you can change the hair. It's so hard to say though. I thought she was nice. Let's just see. Let's just see. Oh no, they got specific hairstyles. What the fuck? Every game, a short, even in 2K, you got a 2K. Short hair Asian woman. Okay, so you the short hair game. I'm with it sometimes. Like sometimes. Nah, if she can get the pigtails on. Hold up. Oh. Yeah, dog. What you think? Hey, I can go with that short hair. I can do that. Overall hair color. I mean, yeah, top 3. Okay, top 3. We didn't even look at all of them, actually. Give her some fucking cornrows. Give her a... Oh, actually, sometimes. I feel like I want the pigtails, though, but she don't look good with the pigtails. This is too hard. I'm gonna just go with the original chick. I'm just go with her. They made her for this. Okay, dark, yes. Highlights. Oh, you can do highlights. Ah. Yo, we gotta make the baddest bitch all time. Gradient. Nah, that looks terrible. Let me just leave it alone. This is too much. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh. You can give her long ass legs. That didn't do shit. Nah, I want short. Fitness. What's the fitness? You can make her fat as fuck. Like I'm big, huh? Like I'm big, huh? What you been eating, nah? 0 fitness means like perfect fitness. What's your short as fuck with long ass legs though? That's the same shit. Now let's make her fucking huge. Fucking massive. And then like, nah, skinny build. Okay. Head, shoulder. Oh shit, wait, did those have other options? They did. They have, oh, there's too much. Okay, I'm not doing all this. Maybe give her some juicy ass lips. Hold up. Can't have big thighs without some stomach. Yeah, I gotta get the weight right. She can't be sticky, but I want, gotta be a low, but it can't be unhealthy. Upper lip till, there we go, thickness. Yeah. Mid lip, just thickness. If there's a thick slider, it's maxed. Lower lip. There we go, gangy. There we go. face, lips, nose, eyes. Maybe the eyes. Nah, yeah, eyes are fine. I don't care. Body, okay. Oh, I like that big. Them lips that big. Now she got them juicers, gang. She got them juicers. Now that's too much though. Like right there. Now you need. Oh, but the thighs. Why can't you just do the thighs? Can you just do the legs? Arms and legs. Let's see. Yes, they did it. They know. Yes. Oh, game of the year. She can't. You can't look at the thigh to calf ratio. Oh, her legs is snapping. Okay, bang. Upper arm circumference. The Mewtwo. Oh God. Oh God. Slim waist, thick waist. No, slim waist, thick, with a lot of chest size. Give them honkers. Get them. God, the shoulder. But actually, nah. I need her on my team. Just a little bit. Her head too small. Her head too small. Nah, gang. Oh, what the? Oh, wait a minute. The waist. Oh, we can do all this. Is that hips we're doing? What are we doing here? She got that plank from Ed and Eddie build. B to C? Nah, I need them H's. This is a fantasy. Wait, that's the front. This is wild. Hip size. This shit lagging. I'm trying to immediately see it. This freaking pre-alpha game. Okay, she needs a bigger head. Her head does not fit her body. There we go. Give her the big head mode. Give her a long ass neck. Nah. Short neck. Okay. Shoulder thickness. Okay. Give her a little bit of Abby. Okay. Waist width. No, we want that on nothing. Waist thickness. What does that do? No. Abdominals. Waist length. I like you're taller. What does that do to her? That's fine. Hip pelvic width. Oh, nah, we want that. Nah. 0. I don't know. Yeah, wait a minute. You got, yeah, okay, now we good. This, I don't know what you call this. That needs to be 0. But that's cool right there. Yeah. Hip size. Hip thickness. Yeah. Hip size. Is that the hip that just went crazy thin? Spend at least 9 minutes. How we go from Apex to this? And I turned all the streams off. It's not doing nothing. Is it from the back? Oh, it is. Oh, we're calling that the hips? Okay. 100% hip. 100% thickness. Pelvic width. Yeah, you gotta have it. You gotta have it. It's that Nico Chan build. Chest, we already did that. Chest. What does this change? Oh yeah, we already did that. That was already good. Arms and legs. I don't care about the arm. Her arms are on some stick mode. Yeah, she can be buff as shit. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's nice. If we just go 100, yeah, just make her buff as shit. Yeah, muscle. Yeah, on God. Yeah. Everything big, but just the middle just tight like that. What's that? That's the waist on 0. Yeah. do? Bring her stomach out. Right? Nah, get that shit flat. Waist length. I need this in real life and just up my stats. Okay, body paint. Why is it paint, not tats? Why are we calling it paint? Nah. Oh yeah, the cat. Yeah, that's tough. She look fat though. No, I want this. I want the 6-pack type shit. She got too much belly on her right now. I'm gonna give her with the cat. Okay, body paint too. Oh, it's the same thing. Wait, no, it's not. Body paint 1, body paint 2. Get the painted on. Oh God, bro, I need the tummy tuck. I need the tummy tuck and the line and whoever Drake's person is. Tell them where you get your abs from. Bop, bop, bop. Fast one. No, I want to bring that down. Waist? Oh, that is wasted. Hold up. Bring that down, skis. But didn't that mess something else up though, didn't it? Yeah, I brought her stomach out. Yeah. Okay. All right, I think we good. Let's see the gameplay. We good? Can I zoom out? Yeah, we good. Okay. Equip, unequip starter gear. Okay. Name, character, complete character creation. Yeah. What's her name? Selena. Yeah, Selena. Now let me think. What's this? Oh, you can have a logo right here. That's it right there. Who's like, or who were just, who's like the baddest? Like Vanessa Hudgens? That's some straight BDSM type shit. Nah, okay, this is like this is something Kojima would put in Metal Gear. I don't know what. This might be max armor build right here. The tattoo goes kind of hard. She's strapped in. Look at that. What's a good name? Tyler. Tyler's the baddest right now. Her name's Tyler. Oh, you have to come up with a unique name? What the fuck? You heffies? Oh, what's the girl from Pyramids by Frank Ocean? Cleopatra. Vanessa Hudgens. There we go. Okay, Vanessa it is.
Liquid nitrogen, negative 195.79 Celsius. Physical movement or brain function, not detected.
Okay, what is this, MGS5?
Stable. Dagger still stuck in the sheath. Inspection 481 complete. Requesting a higher power outlay for the isolation chamber to prevent any further outages.
Oh shit.
Security breach. Security breach.
I also don't know if this game is scary or not. I don't know what's about to happen. Okay. We're in the Animus. Don't jump scare me. Please don't jump scare me. That's me. F for move. Okay, I'm holding F. This is gameplay. Kojima will be proud. Take activator. Take the perk. Let's skip the cutscene. This is a cutscene. Give me a gun. God damn. Look at the damn cheeks, bro. What the fuck? Holy. Oh, the mouse is so slow. Hold on. Camera controls, camera distance. The noises though, has some tentacle types. Like, what the fuck? Just sounds slimy. Mouse, where's the mouse settings? Control, keybinds, camera sensitivity. Input. Is this like a controller game? Input, camera sensitivity. Is it the smoothing that's screwing me up? I wish I could just copy my Apex settings. No, that still sucks. Is that Kosh? We love the tentacle. You can't just pop in here and say that, gang. You can't just lurk and then say that. What's good, fool? What's good? You can't just pop in on some FAN fan type shit. You just can't. What's good, fool? I'm trying to get my camera right. That's better, I guess. Oh, my aim is gonna be fucked by. I don't think we can. Emergency med kit. I want to go to. I don't really want to see that movie, but I want to go to the theaters just because I want to go to theaters. But that might be the movie. Was it any good? I might go see that just to go to the movie theaters. Open a backpack to check recently attained food. I gotta eat. You can equip. See, this is where I drop games because I have to read. Oh, she was not interested. It was a solid disaster movie. Yeah, I might have to go hit it up. Get a large bucket of popcorn. Deadpool next week. See, the Deadpool ain't got me that hype though. I'm just kind of like Deadpool. I'm kind of over Deadpool a little bit. I'm wishing they would bring like some classic movies to the theaters. I'm gonna just go directive to directive. I don't know what the fuck they're telling me. I want the Wolverine bucket. Is it tough? Is it his face? Access for the Chrono Cage experiment. Okay, whatever. Task. Unlock the door. Enter 0728. Okay, I'm smart enough to do that. This is like Control kind of feeling. 728. Okay, that's gameplay. Max occupancy 73. This is literally Control. I just wanted to shoot guns. To view the special item you just obtained, okay. What? A gummy? Sanity gummy? Uh-oh. Stolen blast door. Yeah, this is just anime Control. Whoa. Whoa. Plus Death Stranding with the baby in the backpack. I'm you, but evil. And taller, holy shit. Yeah, they stole their whole flow. Okay. Communicate with the mysterious bird creature, okay. Oh, V? Oh, I'm trying to knife. I thought it was telling me to hit B. Talk to the bird.
Well, it's good to see another face. I thought I was on my own.
Man.
And you're a meta-human, too.
What the fuck? Oh, she don't even talk.
Who you are. You awakened the cradle. And that's something only a meta-you've lost your memory. Do you...
No, I don't remember. What happened to me?
It must have been that fluctuation just now. It trapped me in the cradle. You can call me V.
Okay. You're a talking bird?
True. But it's
Oh, was that not? No, just for the plot.
I came to secure a deviant. Right now, though, we need to move. But only if you have. All you have to do is listen to what I tell you.
This is a down bad game. This game. Whoa. Okay. Am I playing this? I thought this would just be Call of Duty or something. They literally call it the monolith. Isn't that the same thing from Out of Control? Machete, claim all. Okay. Attack, okay.
It's
Okay.
also a form that has been infected with stardust. It's called a deviant. Our
Wow, we
world has
stole
been
a
overrun with
whole
deviants
flow.
ever since Starfall. Ordinary humans can't take high levels of stardust exposure.
Express Q.
When they do, they end up
What?
just like that thing.
Shit.
But you're a metahuman. You should be fine. In fact, if the conditions are right, you
Okay.
might even be able to use stardust to your advantage.
It's an alpha, okay? This is not the final build. It's the hiss. Yeah, that's the bad people. But I swear there was like the monolith. I got her a hat. Oh, this is too much. Like I don't think I can learn a game on stream. On Steam. On stream. Like I just get overwhelmed. It gets dark at night. Try using the default flashlight. Okay. This might be spooky. Top left. Far Cry 5. So they stole everything. Oh, are we going blue or are we going red pill? Blue pill or red pill? They got her wearing a hat now. What you want, game? Touch the after image at the monolith. Okay. That's not that creepy. After image. Touch. Yeah, just forget the game. Just look at the character I made. Just look at her. Look at Vanessa Hudgens. Spatial. Okay. Press Q, activate, and then locate spatial theater.
DBT-011? My name is Victor Hammett. What's your name?
Okay, Horizon.
My butterfly.
Foundation.
It's flying.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
First
there.
deviation.
This is like Horizon flashback.
My father. I remember my name now and everyone else.
Okay, secret in here. Easter egg. Easter egg. Yeah, I'm a gamer. Can lunch me. Okay. Oh, I gotta give her water? What the fuck is this Tamagotchi shit? She's thirsty. Activate.
We need something powerful to challenge the evolutionists. I think I finally found it.
Like, oh, what is that up angle?
We can secure other deviations. We can
She's
use them to
badass
forge a
though.
new
You know,
path
she thick as
and
hell.
bring
but
about
she-
true evolution. This will be the Mayfly's mission. This is why we'll fight.
I bet you this glass breaks.
That's right. Mayflies. Small, yet invincible. Humanity may
She
seem
not wearing
weak
shit.
now. We'll prove
Yeah, she
we
got
can
some fade.
endure.
Oh, the chick right there. That's my alter ego. She's in defeat. What? What in the Resident Evil? Or no, Silent Hill, I mean. Anima dude. Yeah, we in that. Gotta do the phone ringing. Gotta keep doing random shit. Okay. Get a gun. She doesn't have a jump. Legs.
Deviation. We found reach out your left hand and see if you can feel the rhythm of it. Then try and secure it.
Remedy gonna happen. Okay. I really thought this was like a Call of Duty game. Like a third-person shooter though. Because they have the online thing, so I don't know what. We are in for a ride. Okay. 7 days to die now? Look at this, what? What is this game? This game is fucking everything. Okay. Mitsuko? Yo.
V, you made it back. You're still alive.
Yes, and look what I found. A meta, only just woken up. They were kind enough to activate the cradle and set me free.
Every MMORPG, dude, anime
Thank
is
you,
the wave.
human.
Genshin's over here printing billions.
That means a lot to me. You can call me Mitsuko. I used to be a metahuman as well. Rosetta did all kinds of experiments.
Mitsuko is a very special meta. It's
That's
thanks
a call.
to her that I was able to take refuge in this place after Starfall.
Okay. Why they couldn't voice me
The
though?
butterfly. See that thing in the center of the room? It's a device for securing deviation.
This man, Old Republic. I've heard great. I got like that's the Star Wars one, right? Knights of the Old Republic. That's another thing I missed back in the day. Like I never got into that game. Isolated secure unit. Select butterfly emissary to secure it.
The butterfly
Okay.
is recovered. I think it likes you.
Okay. Use facility. What? Securement power faster recover. Okay, so this ups me or something. Okay. What's upstairs? Hammett diary. Oh no. No, we don't care. I want to shoot things. Different classes. Separate story. Yeah, as a Battlefront 2 and the racer, Tatooine racer on the Nintendo 64. I totally ignored that game and I should be ashamed of myself. But I didn't know no better. Painted window? It's made by Bioware. I've heard of them. They made a lot of good stuff.
Deviations can be very dangerous if not taken care of. They can radiate snow. This is why we created the mayflies.
Okay.
We're finding ways for humans and deviations.
Okay.
No one's exactly sure when deviations come when that happens.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Some deviations are friendly, like the butterfly.
Massive. I gotta play that series. That I think I gotta dedicate like a month or two to Mass
But if we
Effect.
can learn more about them, you must be.
Because I was. Oh shit. She off the perk. The fuck was that?
That must.
Shit, it must have come on, Meta. A deviation from another world just and take the butterfly with you. It can help.
Okay. Gameplay. Take the butterfly. Use it. Sync to my cradle. Oh, do I have it? Okay. Yeah, I have the whole Mass Effect. I started playing the first one, but I just kind of fell off and I had to start over. K to view gear detail in the gear backpack. Okay, I don't have a gun. Armor. Okay, so I got my armor like it's fucking Tarkov. Okay. And all I have is a machete. Okay. Click to view your new gear in the Old Republic. Star Wars? You got romance in the Star Wars? No shot. You fucking a damn Ewok. Click to view a new gear and double click the left. Okay. Bro, I can barely fucking read. I have been so lazy. My attention span is so low. You left. Okay, this is too much, gang. Oh, hell no, this is a mining game? So, you ain't got the mods. I'm gonna get the mods, though. I'm gonna get the... I know they got mods. No, I'm just playing. I've never even played a game where you can romance someone. Take a tree. Yeah, nah. I think I'm over it. I don't feel like learning right now. I think making the character was the highlight of me ever playing this game. Use the pickaxe to gather logs. Use the pickaxe to gather gravel. Collect dirty water. Okay. Collect dirty water. Alright. Romance of Vet. Who's Vet? Use the pickaxe. 9? I have to press fucking 9? Nah, this is cooked. Use the pickaxe to gather gravel. Okay. Is this gravel? How do I find gravel? Is this sulfur, copper? Alright, there we go. Damn. So we got Far Cry, we got Control, we got 7 Days to Die, set up a campsite. Oh shit, this is one of those? Nah, bruh. There's Ayla Sakura. Who that? Ayla Sakura, is that from the new Star Wars? I don't know who that is. Nah, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. We tried it. Thanks for sponsoring me, Once Human. Blue Alien, episode 3. Oh, wait. Wait. Let me get my Googles. Wait. Not like Ahsoka, but like the other chick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. She got. She died right. Yeah, she died right here. She got. Yeah. Okay, do I have that game? Is it on Steam? Live Leak. Star Wars Live Leak. Keek? Why'd I type keek? I feel like that's a bad word. Nights. I'm so thirsty. That's $3. No shot. Am I really gonna play an MMO ever? Just the Old Republic? Oh, that's it? The old. Oh, it's free! For free? RPG. Played on and off from 2012. Damn. I've never played any MMO ever. Can we make like a guild? Can we make like a squad? Plays Jedi, Sith. You can't. Oh shit. I'm gonna be the next Mace Windu. Plays the Jedi, Sith. Okay, how big is it? 51. Okay, I just add it to my library. All right, that'll be an alt where I just have to really take it slow. I wish that game was better. I thought that was gonna be a banger. Like an anime shooter. That was actually good. Okay. let's see what she's doing. Hold on. Did she come back? Have you finished? No, but I was about to click that and play Last of Us, but I'm so rusty with the controls on PC. I don't feel like learning it again right now. Vet is kind of bad. Hold on. Vet. The Old Republic. Okay, yeah, that's her. What you mean? That's just her right there. That's just her right there. I think my Vanessa Hudgens was better though. She got a Wikipedia. Is this all canon? Huh. Hold on. It still says pools and hot tubs.
Are you kidding me?
She's
He's
trolling.
He's doing it. He's doing it.
Disney fucked up the cat. Disney fucked up everything. Disney need to get Disneyland together. I'm just gonna go back to Apex. She's so bored reading chat. I know. She gotta start doing content. I know she's bored as fuck.
Live here. That's why my income requirement is 120K.
Alright, bro, I'm out of here. I'll see you when I see you. Alright, bro, be safe and good luck. Where's he going? Oh,
Or I should. Oh, okay. Let me do this. Ah,
why? He said something about.
not right now. Not right now. I just want Apex. Oh, and there's Jedi Survivor. Oh yeah, I gotta beat the bosses in that game.
No, he just wants a woman that.
I gotta beat the bosses, and dude, the bosses are insane.
Predatory behavior?
True.
Do I have that installed?
No. Then why do you care so much?
That would be that'd be a fun just like not ending stream until I beat each boss.
Where traditional women are plentiful. That's pretty smart if you ask me. He has the money to take care of a whole family.
Well, the Stalker game is low key. I started that game. That game seems like it'll be good.
I mean, maybe not. He'll know for sure once he's in South America for long enough, right? And besides, how's it going?
130 gigs. No, I can't do it.
Maybe you should think.
Yeah, I beat the story. I beat the story, but I skipped it because the bosses are fucking hard. The two frogs. It's not impossible though. I didn't feel like grinding it.
Women don't want to be traditional anymore. Define traditional. You mean traditional as in they're submissive to you, they clean the whole house for you and cook for you and do everything for you and don't complain?
It's like 10 years after episode 3. Yeah, with my man Cal.
We can finally speak up for ourselves because we don't need men anymore.
With my main man Cal. It was good though. It was like, if you like the first game, you're gonna love that game. It's like just it's the first game but better.
Make enough to provide. So how can we be stay-at-home wives when you guys don't make enough for us? Which none of you guys do.
Make her disappear just like poof, then she's gone.
Yeah, what is this?
Addicted, don't know what the fuck I'm on. I can't stop it when I feel it coming on. When we
Wait, this girl is so cute. Women before their 30s. What about women before their 30s? What's her at? Well, I showed it on the screen. Go find.
You gotta drink water, bro. Oh, you gotta add? Give me my 10 cents,
True,
bitch.
though, right, guys? It
I wish I could turn that off.
Expect it. That's true, right? Okay, I feel like that's true for girls. Because for women, usually men come up to us, right? I feel like
Maybe I should get my That's okay. That's what I'm gonna do too.
Because usually men do the approaching, so you guys have to go start looking.
Set title.
If it wasn't for a bad. What are your thoughts on that?
Whoa. The bounties. What bounties? What's the bounties? Oh, from Survivor? I think I did all the bounties. Those aren't crazy, I think. That's just you gotta find and then fight people. I'm pretty sure that should be an achievement too.
The corporate fools used to run it. That's exactly how it was. They'd pay motherfuckers to put the shit in their name, pretend like they with it, and it was
Yeah, I gotta sell my house and then I'm gonna dedicate like a week to each of these games and just start knocking them out. So I'll dedicate a week to Survivor.
You definitely don't. But point
Have you met him?
Focus is their
Who's
strength,
him?
it should be, right? The bigger brain play with these kids is to take their
I'm gonna have to learn the whole fucking game again.
inject them with funding to
Discover Tantalor, survive
shows,
Nova
create
Bear.
products, whatever the fuck this fool wants to do. If he wants to open
Oh,
up
I
a
might be
business,
spoiling it
we're
too.
gonna
If I look at these emotes
help him do that.
or these
And then, when we're structuring that, putting that shit together,
achievements.
that's when we can sit down and have just an open.
Honestly, it's
The
not bad.
bounty
I feel
guy.
the reason why a lot of esports orgs died is 'cause they're paying way
I don't
too high
remember
salaries
shit.
and
I remember you go to that arena.
So,
There's one that
I guess
flying
it's
dude. You
harder
talking about
to
that
not
dude?
pay your creators. I was
My memory's
just
really
like, they
bad.
pay me a salary, but yeah, they don't have a content creator team anymore because I think they ran out of money. So
Oh, don't say
I
like
guess.
Boba Fett or something though.
yeah, and they can support their creators financially in different ways. And exposure, they pay you an exposure, I guess.
Or
What led
is
you to
Mando
this
alive? No, man.
reaction?
This is Mando.
Somebody came across my TikTok and DM'd me and was like, "I'm a casting."
Would it be
producer
Boba
for
or what's the
Bachelor.
other one?
I read your
Django?
TikToks, like, would
Is
you
his name
want to be
Django?
a
Is
producer?"
Boba
At
Fett
the
in the
time,
game?
I was like, "This is a joke." Like,
Hold
like,
up.
Did you think it was fake?
Boba Fett,
Jedi
Jedi
Survivor.
Survivor.
Just like no way. But I was like,
How to
this is
find
intriguing.
Boba Fett?
Like, I
Oh
don't
shit! You gotta fight
because
Boba.
I'm in school, I would never actually do this, nor would my school actually ever let me do this. So I did.
Oh, he
the
can
research
link with
and it
you?
came to a point
Yo,
where I, like,
what?
signed the contract and they're like, "Can you please
That's
sign
hard as
this?"
hell.
Like, whatever, and I was like, oh, I just don't know.
Boba Fett makes a
I got
surprise.
into, like,
She's a bachelorette.
Oh
It's
damn!
because I almost did die, but like there was a boat that basically rammed into us, and this was like a week before I was supposed to go on the show.
Yeah, I met that dude.
Well, I almost died, so I'm gonna do it. So I called my school and I was like, "Hey, I have this opportunity."
Okay.
Literally,
Okay.
I watched
Okay.
the Bachelor with her on it, and watched
So
The
I
Bachelor
should
with
just
her
be
on it.
selling my house within the next month. Add that to the
Literally
motherfucking list.
decapitated me, and thank God I was paying attention because I jumped to the other side of the
100%
quickly.
Jedi Survivor.
But
It's like a cutscene. Oh, he's not on the squad. You can't do nothing with him.
I just sent a little
Still that he's there though.
There's no way they're ever casting me because my internet footprint.
I got
digital
100% that
footprint is
game.
Way too bad. Okay, the Bachelor's
I gotta
season
do
two,
that.
I would say I feel like Love
I gotta
Island
get in
is
my
better.
Souls
I feel like
type
a lot of other
games.
shows wouldn't care, but
I gotta get the Mass
why?
Effect
Yeah,
series.
The Bachelor would
I
care
gotta play the Resident
compared
Evils.
to the other shows. So yeah, I'm too controversial for them. I would get canceled.
There's a lot I gotta do. I gotta beat all the Metal Gear Solids on stream. Like, there's a lot to do.
And yet he still is like playing all
17.
these games with my head.
They want good girls. Not even good girls. They just want girls that don't have controversial
bag.
past. You know? Yeah, the fan base is very crazy.
My main concern with guys who are interested in Shauna is
Me. Just a cool cameo. Okay, for sure. But I still want to see that. I can't believe you said Django though. my Star Wars. For one, my memory is dog shit. Boba is the first one. Django's his son, right? Or is it the other way around? No, because Boba is the one who's in the originals, and in the prequels they set up his father dying to turn him into Boba.
Oi, extra supplies here.
Everyone is great, right? Django, okay, yeah, Django got cooked.
Mid-range.
Mace Windu, I'm pretty sure. That'd be fun to watch the prequels on stream if that was possible.
I just enjoy streaming stuff where, you know, stuff up with my friends, so...
First blood. Someone's having fun already.
Django.
60 seconds to ring close.
Other way around. Django's not the second one.
Got a
There's no
mark
way.
nearby. Over here.
The first one is Django. The second one's Boba.
45 seconds, rings just up ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta put my other headphone on. No, every time I put my headphone in, something happens.
The mark's over here. Come on, say hello. Not far from the ring, half a minute.
Hey, yo, shut up. Bro, why?
It's me picking you up.
I'm down.
10 seconds, I reach just ahead.
See if I could just hide.
I'm gonna need to carry more bandages round you. Oh, well done. Listen up, the ring's moving.
Did I just juke the fuck out of them? I totally just juked the fuck out of them. Yes, my bait. I think they have an octane and a... They have an octane and a fucking pathfinder, and I got away.
Recharging my shields.
Care package delivered.
Just escape.
There should be a
One
balloon
second.
over here. Yeah, how hard will George Lucas come for me if I stream the prequels?
New kill leader appointed.
Oh god damn it. I'm going for it. There's no way, right?
Don't worry, I got a squad mate's banner. Now let's get an upgrade. Now that's an upgrade.
Oh, this fucker Loba. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. I'm taking their thing. I'm gonna take their thing. No boost. It wouldn't boost. That would have been sick though. He wouldn't handle it. Oh, Disney would be on my ass. Let's just test it. I think I have the prequels on my fucking Plex. I'm pretty sure I ripped them motherfuckers. Let's see. If you don't got a Plex server, what are you doing with your life? Let's see. I got all the Harry Potters. I got Rush Hour. Star Wars Episode 1. What you gonna do, gang? What they gonna do with me? What they gonna do? Free bag. 100%. In between games, and just pause in between games. Big booty. Oh, yeah, my skins. Hey, where'd it go? Disney will definitely strike you. They don't know, gang. They don't know. It's a YouTube video. Can I make it small? How do I pop it out? Just play it like 20 seconds at a time. Okay, do that. Bang. Okay. Oh, I couldn't look at the skins. You gotta have a Plex server though. Oh, my man Qui-Gon. Gay. He's the hardest character of all. I don't give a fuck. Qui-Gon deserves a series. He was an OG from the start. They would have to do it. He's older now though. That wouldn't work. They'll definitely knock on your door the next day. Hey, I got some Disney connects.
Let's make a
I
choice.
worked at ESPN
Land
for
here.
a little bit.
Let old man Fusey
I'll
show
text,
you ankle biters how we did it back
What's her
in the
fucking
day.
name? I already forgot her fucking name. She did so much for me.
Dropping in, hang on.
Damn, what was her name? I know her face. I can't think of her name. Rachel? Nah, not Rachel.
Enemy landed on me.
let's get a clip.
Frag out.
Outlaws is coming. Oh, wait, that's coming up. I thought that was my teammate there.
We are in the ring.
That is my teammate there. Why he fucked me in? Yeah, there's some good Star Wars stuff coming. Bro. Pop smoke one more time. Oh, this motherfucker. Damn, you ain't got no aim.
Reloading. Ring's not too far. 45 left.
Ooh, she fucking domed me. Yeah, Outlaws, when that come out though?
The central system in the
God, when they got to this part, they had a Republic people. Come on, game. You like 8 years old watching this shit? But it's Star Wars though. Like Star Wars open world, if it's too big, it's like, okay, that's, you know, I'm okay with that a little bit. It's just when it's like Assassin's Creed and you just kind of run around some European backdrop. Oh, I still got this up. Outlaws. I guess that's like 2 months. That's like 1 month. August 30th, baby. Oh shit.
We don't have time for this, Captain.
Natalie Portman looking.
Looks like a care package is coming in. Remember that.
New kill leader appointed.
Enemy over there. New kill leader. Go on, watch out.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that. Again, I'll have all the money. I don't have no stress. I'm gonna just start knocking off the backlog.
Frag out. New kill leader. Watch your six. Care package over there. Down to target.
And didn't they just remaster like Battlefront 2 or something?
Thermite grenade
I gotta get that.
I broke an enemy shield. Down to
Get that shotgun me.
last one down and a boom boom.
I'm taking this backpack right here. I'm gonna try and get a dub, then I'm gonna hop off, dude. My mouth feels like dry as fuck. It's like 1 month. Yeah, bro. So, house should be sold. The house should be sold, like, hopefully, very early August. And then it's go time. Then it's like, all our visions back.
Healing. Watch my back.
Like, start knocking off games, start traveling.
Pass me that shield.
R301? Nope. Oh, Fatline? Nope. Yeah, but I heard bad things. It's alright, bro. I'm starting to realize you gotta not pay attention to the news and what people say so much. Because the shit people complain about a lot of the times ends up not being that bad. I ran out of stuff to choose.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 3.
Or like the other way. Ooh, like if someone says, oh, this game is so good. Alright, bud. Come here. Come here. You wanna snipe? You wanna snipe me? Is that what we're doing? Where you at, buddy? I need a shield upgrade. How many bombs? Oh, okay. Res me. He got the good Wraith skin. Come on, Raid.
Placing a portal.
Yeah, he got the good skin on Godski. Come on, brother.
This one. Hold on.
Don't let me get a scope on my sniper.
Help on if you need it. Me.
Oh, got a Loba.
Enemy shield broken. Opening fire. Frag out. Reloading.
Oh, give me the head.
I'm spotted.
I'm about to get out sniped.
Come and get your birthday present. Broken enemy shield. Oscar light. It's upgrade time. Let's see what the doc ordered. Reloading. Upgraded.
Oh. Oh. Oh, it's another team. I got tag teamed.
Sorry, Scrappy. Looks like you threw away your shot.
Let's watch Raid. I think I'm gonna watch an episode of House of Dragons after this. Can't two snipers.
Heads up. New kill leader.
Nice. And Raid is popping off.
Path's chosen. Got an idea where it leads.
We're gonna win this game. Oh, never mind. Well, we did Once Human. We made a character and Once Human. Oh, I want to do the emotes real quick. 7 TV shit. Come here, bang bang. Bang bang. 7 TV. Okay. Do I already have a set? Right, if I try to add, okay, I got 600 to go. Okay, here we go. Is there no way to mass do this? Are you serious? Okay, here we go. Use, yes. Removed. Yeah, okay. Nodders, yeah, I like Nodders. Omega Law, already got Omega Law, I think. Yeah, we already got Omega Law. Hold up. Is she in the pool? All caps.
Do you want me to get sturdy? You don't want me to fucking... Are you serious? Wait, when it's sturdy, it's so like... Oh. Oh. Oh, fucking...
Yeah.
Yo! You ever seen that guy on TikTok that goes like, yo!
Like, yes.
attitude, but I'm feeling
Pearl
less, so
Jam,
I ain't
got
mad
that
at
Pearl
you.
Jam, yes.
And I'm tired of two, and it's better too. I'm your baddest boo. So what you about to do? Top one baddie in the daddy move. And my ass fat, cause I eat my oats and my vegetables.
Like you didn't
And my
even
pussy
like
fat, and it's creamy ooze, it's like animals. I'm a baddie, so I know them other bitches ain't impressing you. And I've been a baddie since a younger nigga, this ain't nothing new. Why these niggas in my face? Because I'm rich and my money blue. I don't care what niggas say, cause I'm really paid, I'm untouchable. Making bitches wanna hate, she think yeah, she got uncomfortable. Make a nigga wanna play, say I'm pretty and sexy, I'm untouchable. I don't wanna rush with you, got a crush on you, wanna bust on you. Nigga got me in the mood,
Wanna bust on you?
and I'm real baddie too, but he all getting back.
Degenerate can
I ain't gonna leave my boo, nigga, what you thought I was for you. This shit.
She's gonna take me on the floor. We been at the race car, none of W.
This is showing. She physically pulled it up. It was not like that before.
Nourish me, yeah. Hitting that boy the fire. Ooh, nigga didn't nourish me, yeah. Hitting that bitch was a fire. Ooh, he didn't even nourish me, yeah. Hitting that bitch with the fire.
BG, that's the bad cat. I gotta have Snapple. Monkey cleared less from my sim racing arc, yeah. Oh god. Oh captain, my captain. Right, yeah. Yeah, gotta have a
A nigga didn't know.
To your poggies, yeah, okay. I just hummed your poggies, okay.
Nigga didn't nourish me.
I need the Joe Rogan, ooh, not this one. Okay, yes. Yeah. This is fine. Oh, this is the actual one. I like the cat hunt. No, I don't want to play Dead Goal Society. No audio. Rush Hour, 1000%. Hey, when's that game come out? Yeah, he was at some game announcement. Coming soon. Hey, T-minus 2 minutes. There's legit a hot tub right. Is that real though? There's a hot tub right there. To LA, I gotta hear that first. Here it is. She's on this song since she was like 7 years old. Look at this shot. This is iconic. This is iconic.
Empty long hallway like this is gonna be a jump scare.
Alright, gangy.
Oh fuck, Dilly can't even
Happy
type in chat,
Thursday.
he's banned.
Let's have a good Friday.
Okay, I'm too scared. I'm too scared.
I'm gonna try and sell my house so I can play fucking Survivor. Alright, my G.
Okay, I don't even. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Douches.
Slut me out.